Learning a new character can get overwhelming very quickly. I think it's very easy to fall into a rabbit hole of trying to optimize everything, and in the process you just get lost. I wondered how the pros were able to pick up new characters so fast, and I found they did the opposite. The goal isn't to optimize, but to familiarize, to get comfortable with the character, and that's what I want to help you do today by compiling the bare essentials of what you need to know to get Alex ready for ranked. As I was recording this video, someone was trying desperately to escape her cage. And I think this is why I don't have more time to record and edit more videos, because I have to constantly be on the lookout for her. Anyways, enjoy the rest of the video. As with any new character, I think the first thing you want to figure out is how do I anti-air. And if Alex has got really good anti-airs, they're aerial invincible. You want to use the light DP if they're kind of right in front of you, the medium DP if they're slightly further away, and the OT DP is really good because it turns it into a hard knockdown and it's plus 27. So you can dash up and do a command grab, a medium command grab, and that will hit meaty. So that is a really good setup. That's why you will want to use ODDP whenever you have kind of like full bars. Next, you're going to need to know how to check a drive rush with Alex. So with Alex, I recommend using a standing medium punch. And if they're further away, you can use crouching medium punch. If you did medium punch, a common thing to do is to hit confirm into your heavy punch target combo. And then here you'll be able to transition into your stance. And an easy follow-up is to dash forward while in stance and to go for a strike throw mix-up. If you checked using medium punch, you should also be able to drive rush cancel into a back medium kick, into a crouch heavy punch, into Prowler Stance, light punch, heavy punch, standing light kick, into a heavy DP. Now if you were checking using crouching medium punch, you should also be able to do the same combo. So this combo, crouch heavy punch into Prowler Stance, light punch, heavy punch, light kick into heavy DP. This will form the basis of your bread and butter combo, and it works by first getting into crouch heavy punch, which would let you go into Prowler Stance. And there are many ways into crouch heavy punch. One of the most common is to just do a jump in with a heavy kick or a heavy punch, and that will give you enough pass frames to link into crouch heavy punch to go into Prowler Stance. Another common way is to drive rush cancel into back medium kick, and that will give you plus 9, which allows you to link into your crouch heavy punch. You can also raw drive rush into back medium kick. Now this most commonly happens when during OKI situations, after you've knocked someone down and you drive rush at them, you can use back medium kick, and if it connects, you can easily link into crouch heavy punch. Now, what about comboing from your lights? Well, your lights can easily go into light flash chop, which will leave them standing. Or you can end the combo with a heavy DP. All your lights can go into heavy DP as long as they are special cancelable, and that will do slightly more damage and you'll knock them down. So some of the situations we mentioned earlier talks about Prowler Stance. Now Prowler Stance is what makes Alex so unique. You get into Prowler Stance by pressing 2 punch buttons and a crouch at the same time. But you can also cancel into stance. Now here are some ways that you can cancel into stance. First is the crouch heavy punch. Then there is the medium flash chop. There is also the medium punch into heavy punch target combo. There is also his charge heavy punch, as well as his charge heavy kick. Also, he has unique ways to stay in stance, such as using his stance light punch and his stance heavy kick, sweep target combo. So now that we've covered stance, we obviously have to talk about why you're playing Alex, which is his stance into his stomp. This stomp is what makes Alex so good. If he stomps directly on top of you, he is plus 2, and this opens up a mix-up. He can use his OD command grab, or he can go into a strike. If people are hit by your stomp but it's not a punish counter, you can go into an immediate dash forward into light command grab, and this would be a meaty command grab. Or if they are punish countered by your stomp, you need to immediately drive rush forward into crouch heavy punch, Prowler Stance, forward light punch into medium DP. Alternatively, in the corner, you may do your Stomp, medium flash chop, Prowler Stance, medium punch into heavy DP. Now let's talk about whiff punishing. You're mainly going to be whiff punishing with two moves. One of the moves is crouch medium punch, which has decent range. And the second move is standing heavy kick. So with crouch medium punch, if you want to go meterless, crouch medium punch into medium flash chop. That allows you to go straight into Prowler Stance and you can go from there. But the second way is to go crouch medium punch, drive rush cancel into back medium kick, and then you can go into your bread and butter combo. His next button, standing heavy kick, crumbles opponents on punish counter. So a combo you can go into after this, if it's mid-screen, is to heavy kick into drive rush crouch heavy punch, Prowler Stance, forward light punch, medium DP. And if you're in the corner, you can get almost 1000 more damage by going into heavy kick, charge, heavy punch, medium flash chop, stance, medium punch, and heavy DP. Now let's talk about your big punish counters, what you get out of blocking DPs and supers. So at mid-screen, your bread and butter will be a heavy flash chop, crouch heavy punch, stance, light punch, heavy punch, back light kick, heavy DP. Basically, you go straight into your bread and butter after your heavy flash chop. But in the corner, you get a few extra things. You can crush them using charge heavy kick into charge heavy punch, medium flash chop, stance, forward light punch into medium DP. And if you want to use Super Art 2, you can start with a heavy flash chop, crouch heavy punch, OD flash chop, Super Art 2, drive rush, crouch heavy punch, a medium flash chop, a stance, forward light punch, and medium DP. Next, let's get into the drive situations. What do you do when someone does drive reversal? Well, thankfully with Alex it's very simple. You go into your heavy command grab, and if you want to invest a bit more on meter, OD grab does 450 more damage. Now on drive impact, you can go straight into a jump heavy kick, a charge heavy punch into heavy DP. In the corner, you get a bit more. So you can do jump heavy kick, charge heavy punch, medium flash chop, stance into medium punch, heavy DP. Next, we've got our Wallsplat Combo. So you DI into Wallsplat, crouch heavy punch, medium flash chop, stance, medium punch, light flash chop, and light DP. Of course, if you are too far to do crouch heavy punch, you can do drive impact, charge heavy punch, medium flash chop, stance, medium punch, and heavy DP. And for the last of our drive impact situations, we got our wall stun. It's just your simple drive impact, charge heavy punch into your heavy flash chop, and you can have a few options here. You can go into oblique stomp if you don't want to side switch, or you can go into your heavy command grab, or you can go into your OD command grab, which could potentially go into Omega Wing Buster. Alternatively, you can just go into the OD command grab to avoid side switching as well. This one came from a YouTuber named Zitor. I'm putting the link to his channel in the description below. But this is a very complicated Wallstun combo. Now the unique thing about this combo is that it builds a full Super Art gauge. So if you started with Super Art 2 field, you could go straight into Super Art 3 if you initiated this entire combo. The second thing is that this combo is really tricky because you have to land the jump heavy punch at the very top, as high as possible on the character you're attacking, because if you don't do so, the first medium punch you do as you land will not be able to link, because theoretically you won't have enough plus frames anyway to link into medium punch after the stance heavy punch. But because you've landed the jump heavy punch at the very height of it, somehow it creates a scenario where you're able to link into medium punch even though you shouldn't be able to, and that allows you to continue the rest of this combo. So that's the trick to it. Finally, we end with OKI, and thankfully Alex has very simple OKI because a lot of times he's ending his combos in DP, and anytime it's a light, medium or heavy DP, you're going to be plus 29 knockdown. So at plus 29, you can easily go into a drive rush overhead. This is auto timed, and this will trade with 4-frame jabs, and it will allow you to go into a trade combo. You also want to be unpredictable and mix this up with a drive rush into crouch medium kick for a low. An easier option would actually be drive rush into medium punch. So you're plus 7 on hit and plus 4 on block. So on hit, it links into itself. On block, it frame traps into itself. So you can just press medium punch again. And you should also be in range to be able to do a medium command grab. If you score a knockdown in the corner using DP, you actually can do a dash forward into a light command grab, and this will hit them meaty. You obviously can mix it up by doing a dash forward into a strike of your choice. I prefer crouch heavy punch, but you can use whatever you're comfortable with. And lastly, we should cover an OKI scenario really unique to Alex, which is Prowler Stance OKI. And he gets into these situations through two main ways. First is through his medium punch, heavy punch target combo, allowing him to transition into Prowler Stance. Second is his Prowler Stance sweep, Prowler Stance heavy kick target combo. These OKI situations allow him to immediately dash forward in Prowler Stance and do a meaty grab or meaty light punch. So the strike throw mix-up we talked about was really powerful, but it's not invincible because you can still tag the throw. So the good countermeasure against this strike throw mix-up from Prowler Stance is to delay throw tag. And the counterplay to that counterplay is to do hop, because hop beats a number of options. Hop beats your parry, it beats some DPs because of the jump arc allowing you to go over the DP, and it also beats delay throw tag because you can go over the throw and you can punish with a cross-up attack. Lastly, we've got to talk about his charge lariat, which allows him to armor through specific moves. Now, why would you use this on OKI? Because charge lariat kind of loses to everything else. It loses to throws, it loses to supers, it doesn't have the versatility of hop. Now, the one situation that it would win over hop is that if you are unable to get the right distance for hop to do an ambiguous cross-up, to hop over the animation of an ODDP, then you would use charge lariat to armor through the ODDP, like so. So that's all I have on Alex. It covers most of the situations that you will need to know in order to take a new character into rank. So I hope this helps and good luck!